Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
Welcome to the Morning After Pill. I'm Mole.
I'm Mikey Parks,
a.k.a. the Colonel. Chris Meares is on vacation today, so Mikey's going to stand in for a little NFL preview. We're going to cover 4 games, and we're going to tell you who we think is going to take care of business this week. We're going to start with the Bills and the Jets.
Big week big game this week.
We got 4 big games here. Jets in a battle with the Dolphins for the lead in the AFC East, favored by 7.5. The Bills kind of getting in the tank here.
Folding.
Jets not much better though. They've looked horrible the last 2 weeks. Who do you think's going to handle business in this game?
Well, Brett Favre has not thrown a game away yet this year. He's due. He's due. Maybe this will be the week that we get the Jets throw it away. I mean, don't you expect Brett to throw it away sooner or later?
I think maybe he hasn't thrown a game away, but he hasn't been playing well. The Bills are atrocious, and their quarterback position's just dying. I don't know who's going this week. I think it's Lossman still.
Right.
That's just not bringing much to the table against the Jets at home and the Jets defense. I think Favre could possibly throw a game away before the end of the year, but I don't think it's going to be this one because I think the Bills are that bad.
Well, they are that bad, and this time last year there was a big quarterback controversy. We moved forward 1 year, and you want to get rid of them both.
Yeah, right.
It's amazing.
All right, Tampa, Atlanta, huge game in the South. Tampa leading the division. Or no, I'm sorry, they're not. Carolina's leading the division because Tampa lost last week. Atlanta right in the mix too. Atlanta favored by 3 at home. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
Well, Tampa got exposed last week. Mm-hmm. When's the last time that you saw Tampa Bay defense get beat up the way they got beaten up last week?
Mm-hmm.
And, Atlanta, yes, rookie quarterback is playing well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Everybody thinks he's going to run out of juice because college season was shorter than the pro season. He had 1 bad game and came right back. It doesn't look like he's fading at all, I think.
Well, that's what happens when you have a running game.
Mm-hmm. When they got one of the best, Michael Turner.
When he doesn't have to win you a game, and you let Michael Turner run, it works out.
You've seen the difference with the middle, the road teams, their quarterbacks and their accuracy, and he's really putting the ball where the receivers can catch it and continue to run. You see some of these guys, they're completing passes, but it's behind the receiver, it stops them, and they can't get yards after the catch. He's very accurate with his throwing. I think Atlanta's going to handle this game. Tampa's going to still make the playoffs, I think, but Atlanta's going to win.
Yeah, I like Atlanta. Don't forget that Tampa Bay's quarterback is questionable this week. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know who the backup is. Yeah. Hopefully it's Greasy because I never even heard of that.
The other guy.
Sure. All right, Steelers-Ravens, big one. Ravens favored by 3 at home. This one's for all the marbles. They're pretty much the winner of this one takes over the lead in their division.
Well, I've seen a lot of Steelers games this year, and I just don't believe they're as good as their record. They have 3 or 4 or 5 phenomenal athletes, and it seems to carry the team. They get bounces, but the big guys they have show up every week. That Palomalo, whatever his name, he shows up every week.
Shows up every play.
Absolutely.
Still think he should cut his hair.
Yeah.
I'm looking at that shit.
I love the tackling by his hair.
Just end up with a fistful of hair. I picked the Ravens in the previous show when we went over the playoff picks. I picked the Ravens to win the division and to win this week. So I'm going to stick to that. I think the Steelers were exposed last week as well. I think they stole a game there. I think that was just a collapse by the Cowboys. So I'm going with the Ravens.
I like the Ravens also. The bottom line, it's almost as good to be lucky as it is to be good.
Right.
I mean, do you believe that Dallas was that bad? And trust me, I'm an Eagles fan, so I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, that was just a collapse there. Which leads us into our next game, huge game for the Cowboys. Giants are pretty much coasting into the division lead, although they do have to hold on against Carolina to get home field.
Right.
Cowboys favored by 3 at home, and little problems in big problems in Little Dallas.
It's what they asked for. Okay, Jerry Jones has asked for these problems. I don't feel sorry for the the Cowboys.
This week it was Terrell Owens is what we're talking about.
This week. It's every year. A leopard doesn't change his spot. The guy is the same. He has some emotional problems, which is fine because you have some emotional problems.
Who do?
You.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, so we all have emotional problems.
Yeah,
but I mean, you know, question: if you were a Dallas Cowboy, would you want to be his friend?
No.
Oh, God.
I'm not sure I don't want him on my team.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a mess. Complaining again. One day it's a complaint from somewhere that he's not getting the ball, and then the next day he's saying that he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Mixed. I read his quotes, and
Right.
it's mixture. It's like I can sit here and say I'm just getting paid, but I'm not like that. I don't care.
And he's tried hard this year. He's tried so hard.
The harder you try, the more it's going to slip through your hands.
But he can't help himself. And, you know, I don't know how good of a team they are, the Cowboys. And based on what happened last year with the Giants, is that coach is not going to pull the strings. They're going to go hard, and I expect them to beat up on the Cowboys this weekend.
Cowboys, I think they should have won last week against a team that I thought was better than them, the Steelers. The Giants got beat up last week. It's a matter of whether they're going to come back or if they're just going to have a couple bad weeks. I don't know. I mean, I see Cowboys favored by 3 at home. That doesn't sound right to me, but
Yeah.
I think the Giants are going to come back. I said they're going to lose 2 more times.
Right.
I got one last week.
Right.
So I don't have to pick everybody. I got 2 more weeks after this. I'm going to actually pick the Giants to win this game against the Cowboys, and I think it's going to put the Eagles. I think it's going to put them in the playoffs if the season ends tomorrow. I believe they'll be what 8-5-1.
8-5-1, right.
And that'll put the Cowboys at 8-6.
Right where they belong. You know, once again, the Giants, they're just strength. Now their number 1 running back's done, and they got 2 more running backs that are just as good.
Yep. And they'll get all the reps this week, so they'll be ready to go.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, that's our NFL preview. Thanks to the Colonel for stopping in for our vacationing Chris Meares.
Thanks for having me.
www.morningafterpillshow.com and www.molandmears.com. See you soon.
Hey, Pete, don't let the door hit you in the vagina on the way out.